It's a big deal for me. You want to see people make the right financial decision, get into that home, understand, the product that they're signing up for
sure.
How it works, how, to be able to pay it off, like just little things you can do. And it's just nice. It's more personal. Like, it's just nice. They know that who they're talking to, and they can read your body language.
Yeah.
Over the phone, it's a bit cold. Like, you don't see a face. You don't read their body language.
For sure.
If you can generally, people, no matter how advanced we get, you still cannot take away that natural human instinct.
Hit it! That's what I'm talking about. Wait! Okay, now, from the beginning.
All right, this is Real Talk with Carmen Costa. Today we have Gord Healey from St. John's, Newfoundland. Gord, tell us a little bit about yourself. You've flown in from, you didn't come from Newfoundland. You went out to see your son play hockey.
Correct.
In Vancouver, right?
Correct.
And then you flew in.
Yeah, Victoria Island. My son's out there playing hockey.
Awesome. From
extreme east to extreme west, for sure. And made the stop over on the way back to Newfoundland.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Gord's here today. You decided to join forces with TCG. You have your own brand. What's the brand?
Newfound Mortgage Professionals.
Correct. I'm going to get a shirt. I thought you were bringing a shirt in for me.
You got to earn a shirt.
All right. We got it. But Gord, we've known each other since Scotiabank era, right? You've been in the industry for how long now?
Whew.
I know we did this. We were like, how long? 6 years on the dark side? It's been about 20 plus years.
Yeah, it's 23, 24 years.
For sure.
Jeepers, I'm old.
Yeah, we're all old.
Yeah.
Yeah, but tell us a little bit about St. John's. What's that about? Like what, like housing? What is it about out there?
Well, St. John's is a unique market for sure. I mean, it's the capital of Newfoundland. We're an island, the most easterly point in North America. It's not a large population, but for a capital city, but there's like 190,000 people in the capital city and, surrounding areas, what we call the Avalon Peninsula. And that's mostly the majority of clients that I service is in that area. It's still known as one of the most affordable places actually to live. We have a lot of, this past year, my gosh, I'm not going to say numbers, but there was quite a few people from Ontario and other parts of Canada, the country, that have been relocating and buying homes, moving to Newfoundland. Because of how, the whole post-COVID era where bricks and mortar are becoming more and more of a thing of the past for a lot of companies. People are working from home.
For sure.
Right? So they're finding that where the market's so expensive to live in Toronto, Vancouver, all those places, they can come to St. John's and have a beautiful home.
What is the average price out there, Gord?
It fluctuates, but I would say the average 3-bedroom bungalow style home, you're between the 350 to 400K mark for sure, like the 1,500 square foot style home. It's just, again, it's still a very affordable market for sure.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's a lot of new build. Like for a small population, you'd be surprised of the amount of new home construction. It's quite big happening there. And again, it surprisingly does well.
That's awesome.
Again, there's a lot of people.
You're the guy for St. John's though, like mortgages. You're the guy.
Well,
you're the guy. You're like, you do, like a lot of people know you.
Correct.
Right? So,
yes, yeah.
My only thing is if people in Ontario are going into Newfoundland, you may want to reach out to Gord, right? So we now have an extension in, I'm excited about it in St. John's. People say all the time, they're like, why are you out there? Like that's, and I'm like, because I've got the guy out there, right? The guy that rules that, rules it. So my thing to you would be, if somebody from Ontario is looking to buy out there, would you recommend that they get a mortgage agent in St. John's? Because you guys know, that it would be like somebody coming in here. I know Hamilton inside out, values everything, so I would recommend the same thing for you, right? If somebody's looking, in Ontario to buy in Newfoundland, reach out to Gord, right?
Well, absolutely. You should always, in my opinion, I mean, like yourself, a long time in the industry, you really want to be working with a professional that represents and lives in the area, the communities, you know, the province where you want to live, because there are a lot of just different rules. There's different regulations for provincially.
For sure.
You know, different connections, different histories, different types of structures.
Well, you have your appraiser, you have your lawyers, you have everybody that you're connected to who know you very well, right?
Exactly.
It's the same face day in, day out for 20 plus years, right?
Exactly. And, you know, you want the process to be as seamless as possible. And, you know, purchasing a home, especially if you're relocating, you know, it can get a little overwhelming.
It's very overwhelming,
right?
For sure.
Because you do have a lot of contractual obligations between the real estate transaction itself, with the realtor, the vendor, your lawyer, their lawyer, you know, the lender, you know, appraiser if required, you know, understanding the default mortgage insurance and what programs are available and not available. You know, like there's some. And you know as well as I do, there's some different rules and regulations that are not applicable in one province that may be another. Like I think in Ontario, I think you folks charge taxes on the default insurance premium.
We do, yeah.
Right, but there's no tax on that in Newfoundland.
Get out of here.
Yeah, so that's just a straight premium without tax on it.
Are you serious?
I am serious. Yeah.
Oh my God, I did not know that. That's amazing. So I wanted to point out, Gord, like tell us a little bit about yourself. You know, you know, why mortgages? Why did you choose mortgages, right? And why did you continue on with the profession?
Yeah, so gosh, that's going way back, way back.
Scotia era.
Yeah, even before Scotia era.
Nice.
Because I cut my teeth actually in the. You know, I don't know if you recall of a company called Household Finance.
No.
So that was a subprime lending agent that was in par with like the city financials. Like today you got like Easy Home Financial, those type of things. So, I just tapped the, sorry about that. I'm new to this. Tap the table, you get an echo. Apologies.
See, Jamie, we got you.
Yeah. But yeah, so, you know, I done business in school, and my aunt actually worked in Ontario with Household Finance, and I was working at a car dealership, and just transitioned on her advisement because she had a colleague back home, and I just went in and started working. And then it was like the wild west, because you do like you sign up your own mortgage documents, like do your own. Like I would drive by and be like, "Oh,
that's what we did at Scotia, though."
Yeah, your home looks at like, your home is like $250. Like you're doing your own kind of drive-by appraisals and whatnot. And it was high interest lending, and you know, it was mostly about consolidating. So I learned a lot in terms of how consolidating debt actually could make, you know, day-to-day life a lot easier for people. So from there, when HSBC purchased them, I made a move. I was headhunted and went to London Life as their mortgage specialist. And of course, London Life is part of the whole Power Corp, which is Great West Life, Investors Group, Freedom 55, that group of companies. So I was in the Freedom 55 office. And yeah, that office was doing about 25, 30 mortgages a year. And I came in, and I know this is kind of pat myself on the back. Got to watch that, because my father always told me patting yourself on the back is only about 12 inches away from a kick in the ass, right? But I was doing like 180 transactions there, you know, and was there for like 6+ years. Worked hand in hand with a lot of financial planners. So learned about the financial planning side of things. And in that time, of course, was, you know, when you could refinance 95%. Now you can only do 80, but back then you could do like 95% refinance. So it was, and a lot of people were doing that to leverage equity for financial investment purposes. You know, so I learned a lot there as well. And then that's when we came together. I got headhunted by Scotiabank. Yeah.
And I met you. I remember. Yeah, I met you. It was about, I don't know. I think I was 1 year. We went Was it? I don't know if it
Florida?
was Florida, right?
Yeah, because
We
I
went to
remember the
Florida.
giraffe licking you with his tongue. I remember that, yeah. That
We
was
got
funny.
stuck in an elevator in Boston.
Boston.
I felt like we were always at the same place all the time.
Got to get Nikes in
The Nikes,
San Francisco.
Fran. Yeah, that's right. That was a lot of fun.
A lot of fun.
It was interesting. Like you know what? I find that Scotiabank, has taught us a lot. Like I have to say, they taught me a lot about, customer service and how to treat the client. And they were always trying to make you better. Remember the education piece? They always had the education piece. And, shout out to Scotiabank at that time, they were great because I don't know now, but at that time they built a great sales force. I'll tell you, not for nothing. Yeah. Anybody that comes from that era, I totally respect because they're doing, the right steps in their business, taking care of the client. Very hands-on. I know we operate the same when it comes to hands-on with your client, right? There's all this automative stuff, right? It's like send out a link, do this, do that. But we do it very differently. We're very hands-on with our clients, right? So it's a different era for sure.
Yeah, like the Scotiabank era that we were part of, it was a different culture.
Yeah, that's right.
And it was more about building relationships.
Correct.
That's right. It wasn't as transactional as today because today, sometimes you don't even meet a client, especially during COVID. Yeah. Everything was like, authentic DocuSigns or whatever system you're using, where it's over the phone transaction or. But
you're very
FaceTime.
hands-on, right?
I'm a bit old school.
So am I.
I like.
You meet them in your office.
Yeah, I like to sit down across. Again, the old culture, right? Like relationship building, earning, not just assuming, but earning the trust because it's a big deal and it's a big deal for me. You want to see people make the right financial decision, get into that home, understand the product that they're signing up for
sure.
How it works, how to be able to pay it off, like just little things you can do. And it's just nice. It's more personal. Like it's just nice. They know that they can who they're talking to, and they can read your body language.
Yeah.
Over the phone, it's a bit cold. Like you don't see a face. You don't read their body language.
For sure.
If you can generally people. No matter how advanced we get, you still cannot take away that natural human instinct.
100%.
Right?
You're right.
And either you can trust somebody or you can't. And not everybody clicks.
Not everybody clicks.
Right.
That's right.
So there's a lot of different variables. But yeah, to your point, Scotiabank was, I loved my time there.
I loved it too. I honestly thought it was a great time.
When I made the decision to leave Scotiabank, it was one of the toughest decisions.
So was I. Yeah.
I literally sat at my laptop. I'll never forget it. Gosh, I must have been, it was hours before I would press that send button. But Scotia changed its culture.
There was changed a lot.
Oh my gosh, during that era that I left, I believe, and I think there was over 70 of us mortgage professionals. Like they called us
wasn't it mortgage
HFAs? We were MDMs when we were there, but they rebranded us to home financing advisors.
That's right.
And there was over 70 of us that left in a 6-month period because of the way they were changing.
The culture was different. Everything's changed. I know that, and nothing against Scotia. I just remember I had heard there was a lot going on. Yeah, but
it was a great place to work. They were in our side of things anyway. I can't speak for the branch levels, but we were very kind of tight family oriented. Sure. It was it was pretty cool to be a part of. You won't see those days ever again in this industry.
Except here, you will.
Yeah, there you go. Well, hence why I'm here, Carmen. You know, for sure.
But I just, Gord, we're going to sign off. But I want to ask you one question I ask everybody before we even sign off. The one question is, if you had any advice, could be personal, anything, any advice, what would you say to the audience listening, advice-wise?
Wow, that's pretty open-ended.
I know. I know. You can do whatever you want, though.
Wow.
You can say whatever you want.
Well, to steal something from one of my buddies home, he has this saying that he preaches. He's a real estate agent. He's a hockey coach. He was a scout. I won't say his name. I don't want to blow his head up in case he sees this. But he got this slogan. He says, one life, live it.
Nice.
And, people can think that's corny or people get on with, it's all about how you interpret things or how you want to take it. But yeah, when it comes to like, whether you want to buy a home or you want to make that, like, if the opportunity is there, you got to go for it. Like it's sometimes you got to go for it. Because the more and more you keep thinking about it or just lay it on the fence, like you're not going for it, you'll never have it. And it's like with anything, if you want to make a job change or, because time waits for nobody, it passes you by. So you just got to kind of embrace the moment and have confidence in yourself and trust those around you that you feel you can trust. But and
I do want to throw something out there. It's all about trust and who you have in your corner. I'll be honest with you, because your ground is shaken when you don't know the person in your corner has your back. Yeah. And that's a pretty fucking shitty feeling. I'll tell you that. Right. And, I've had that before. And an agent yesterday calling me, poor guy was going through a lot. And the one thing I remember, that feeling like being backstabbed and how shitty of a feeling that is, being in, and you don't have the motivation to want to do anything. Right. Yeah. And you could be on top of the world and you could be the top producer doing whatever you can do. But if you don't have your back covered, it's the worst feeling.
Well, this is not unfortunately, our industry is known to be a bit of cutthroat internally. Yeah. You learn things the hard way. You trust certain people. But thank God there's still people, as bad as it can be.
So there's good people.
It's great too as well. Yeah. And again, at the risk of blowing your skirt up here, but I was really thankful that we got in contact again and you presented this opportunity. I'm looking forward to growing your brand out in the East Coast. And you're from that era like myself where there's like trust and loyalty means something, and that carries over into how you do your business and for sure and the clients that you're going to work with and your partners, your real estate partners, 100%. People that can count on you and know that you're not going to screw them over for the sake of screwing them over, or it's all about the Benjamins, like just the dollar. It's a bit more than that. It's about the friendships, the relationships, the income comes with that. We all want to make great money and provide, but at the same time, you don't want to be a dick.
100%. Right? No, I agree with you.
And unfortunately, in the broker world and stuff, there are some people that, like, how am I getting? I just like it amazed me because there's people in our industry that get in positions but they couldn't make it as a broker.
Mortgage broker.
They couldn't really do it, but they know that they like the business or the industry, and they get in these positions, and they don't really understand the pressures, the time, the effort, the
that
commitment.
We go through.
Yeah, when you got to tell someone that they're
declined.
It's like the worst. That takes a piece out of you. It's bad, especially when you believe in it and you fight so hard. And some people don't realize how hard we fight.
Yeah.
Like,
here's the thing, like, as you're right though, I was saying this yesterday to the guy that I spoke to, I don't just lead a group. I run my own book of business. So I'm pounding the pavement just like you guys are. Yeah. So when you're struggling with lenders, I'm struggling with the same lenders trying to get my deals approved, right? Yeah. When I'm doing escalations for my deals, I'm doing escalations for the agent's deals. So, I'm not your average broker owner. I'm the one that runs a book as well. I only opened up TCG because I was sick and tired of looking over my shoulder, right? And I built a sanctuary for the agents that want to come do business and do honest business with a handshake, right? And that's something you said to me in one of our meetings. You were like, Carm, I'm a handshake person, and I knew you were right for the team because Lisa told you this morning I'm very picky now because it is a handshake. If I can't do give you a handshake with your word, I've got an issue. If I have to put everything on paper and dot the T's, or dot the I's, cross the T's, then there's an issue, right? Right off the hop, the relationship isn't right. Exactly. And again, it transfers over to your day-to-day business with your clients. And that's something that I think a lot of brokers need to kind of keep in. And we're kind of talking about what's good for brokers now too, I guess. But between us, we're knocking on 50 years. 100%, yeah.
Right? It's a lot of time in this industry.
It is a lot of time.
And we're by no means over the hill. Still a lot of years left. But at the same time, it's a lot of experience. And we've learned a lot from others in this business. Like when I came from HFC, I'll never forget it, when I transitioned over into London Life, gentleman, his name was Lloyd Hicks. And he retired. And he had like 40 years in the industry then. And that's back when we used to do our own collection calls and everything, right? Yeah, jeepers. But in any case, he came over and spent a full week in the office with me to help me understand the whole transition into the subprime lending into the prime lending, where now you had to use like a default mortgage insurance stuff. Yeah. Not many people will do that today. Like,
no,
you know what I mean?
You
like,
wouldn't catch that now.
No,
like paying it forward. Just being kind. Yeah,
exactly.
You're right. It's a monetary thing. How many bips can I take from this deal to teach you how to put a deal together?
Right, and
correct.
It takes and what people don't understand, what brokers don't understand, is that when you carry over this kind of like FU kind of scenarios, like
catches up.
Well, it carries over into your business in terms of how you become more transactional with your clients. Yeah. And what people don't understand, like you're building relationships for like quantum growth. You know, like your reputation is everything. Whether you get an approval or decline, it's how you get the decline. But when people know you fought hard from them,
it's a different story. Yeah.
They understand that. It sucks. It's still shitty.
It is.
But they understand that. And so it's and some of these brokerages are just too big, in my opinion.
Yeah.
They're too big because they get so big. They're almost like these big boxers, like they're too big to fail. It's like if you got something happens with Rogers or Bell, like where do you go? You know, you got an issue. They don't care.
They don't.
They don't care. There's a process.
Bell,
but the thing is, there's a number you call, you go through, you're automated.
You want the hands-on. I totally agree with you.
There's none of that. And
that's what I mean. Like with you out, in Newfoundland, like in St. John's, like you're the guy. Like I always say, like you're the guy. I feel like that's going to be his trade line. Well, he's the guy.
I like it. Well, the previous group that I represented, I can honestly say that for the most part, they weren't intentionally, like they weren't bad guys. There's good people there, obviously, but they didn't give a shit about me. Mm-hmm. I'm just another guy that was putting volume on the board for them. They just didn't give a shit about me, like there's, and not to make this sound about gripes or stuff, but others they do. It's just.
But some people care about that. You care about
where you're located.
Wanting to be, under like, and we're not transactional here. You know that we're very hands-on. We're very, you talk to us, right?
Well, so we feel like that even when I was with Scotiabank. Like we're in Newfoundland.
Yeah.
Like, we're not a big, like we're big on, but we're a small population, and like I remember.
You're the guy from Newfoundland.
But I remember there was people like leaders would hate to come to Newfoundland, afraid to get stuck. Because if fog would come in, they're like, oh shit, I'm fucking stuck here. Like, how do I get out of here now? I got to get back to like the real world. It's so the logistics.
You flew into, like you came into Hamilton, you drove in, you were like, yeah, this is not for me.
No, just, like four lanes going one direction makes no sense. It's like Chinese. I don't understand a word of it. It just, I don't get it.
Gord, you're awesome. You know what? I feel so blessed that, we connected. I honestly... am super excited to see what's to come. I feel like, people are going to get sick of your social media out in Newfoundland. They're going to be like, what the hell's going on out here? But there's a lot of good stuff coming, from you. I think you're an honest individual. I like that. Clients like that, right? And that community out there, they like that, right? They want that hands-on, personal touch. They don't want, and I always say, I'm not a big, I love to meet clients. I get excited to do that. That's my way of doing business. And I like that you do that as well. It's a blessing.
My new, like I said, I just rebranded and called Newfound Mortgage Professionals to make it, and my slogan is, it's
you're the guy.
Well, yeah, but the thing is like, I'm local, experienced, and trusted.
For sure. 100%.
And that was the idea of my brand name, Newfound Mortgage Professionals, is to make it more homegrown, a more home feel. And people, like I am, fortunately, I've worked hard to build a brand, a reputation. But my name is, I'm trying to, I don't want to sound like a ego.
But it's true. Your name is big out there. So let's blow it up, right? That's what we're going to do. Yeah.
I just enjoy helping. I enjoy getting I don't know how to do nothing else.
Yeah.
This is just what I do. I've been at it so long. I just love doing it.
Sure.
I love the relationships I develop with my real estate partners. They know when they send a client to me that their client's going to be looked after.
For sure.
You know, that's the key. They know that I'm going to do everything I can to make it work.
That's awesome.
And at the end of the day, and that's why I'm super excited to come join the Costa Group.
It's going to be awesome.
You know, we got a similar background. You're doing, like, your contract is so broker friendly compared to, like, elsewhere.
It is, yeah.
It is.
I think when I put that agent contract together, my lawyer had said to me, is this in your benefit or your agent's benefit? But I am an agent.
Yeah.
That's what I am. My first role is an agent, then I'm a broker owner. So I want to make that clear. So, you know, watching a lot of these agents transition into the brokerage, what's happening with their previous brokerage, not owning their book, something that needs to be, I've talked about this on most of my podcasts about you owning your book, right? You know, and a lot of the agent or broker owners are like, you know, they're still calling my book. I still have, you know, my previous brokerage, the one that I originally joined when I came, they're still calling my clients. It's ridiculous. It's embarrassing and it's ridiculous. They don't know you. Just stop the madness, right? And thank you for calling them because they call me to come get business.
Exactly.
So they're just a bunch of jackasses. Like it's actually sad. But honestly, I just, you know, not to take away from you, Gord, I do want to say, you know, we're going to wrap it up. Thank you so much. I think you're awesome. I think I'm very excited about this this whole new chapter for TCG. I think it's going to be phenomenal. I think you know, I think there needs to be more exposure for you, and that's what my game plan is to ensure that, you know, everybody knows you're that guy. You're the guy. You're the mortgage guy, right? So you know, and you are, and so
as long as I'm not the family guy.
Yeah, no, you're not the family guy. But Gord, I do want to thank you so much for coming in. You're amazing. For everybody out there, thank you so much for listening. Hit subscribe. Hit the bell notification. No, like, subscribe, hit the bell notification. And if you have any questions, DM me. You can message me directly, or Gord will tag you in on this. You know, if you have any questions. All right. For everybody else, thank you so much. Peace. Don't slam the table.
No, I was there this
Down.
morning. Like, see how that.
Yeah.
effect
Yeah.
there?
Thanks for making me down. So you look at that one when you're talking. I look at that one, or we look at each other.
I look at what? Look at you?
You can look at that one when you're talking. Let's say you're giving a message.
Oh, Jesus. I didn't.
Yeah, I look
okay.
at that one, and that
Okay.
one is just everybody, right?
Okay.